What's up, you guys? I'm here. I'm just always tardy for the party, even if it's my own party. I would be late to my own funeral. Which, speaking of funerals, go check out my. This is not how it's gonna go. Go check out my website at www.iloveobitme.com because if you've ever been in a scenario where you needed to represent yourself, if you've ever been in a scenario where you've been to a loved one's funeral and it was just nothing like you imagined, it's nothing like they wanted it, and so on and so forth. Well, that is what this is for. It's a solution to being able to represent yourself after you are gone, so that one, there's no misinterpretations of your story, and two, it just gives your loved ones a lot less stress to have to handle because you already took care of all the details without having to get a will and testimony to legally all bind it. It's just like a added tool for your loved ones that are advocating for you after you're gone. I was yeah. I was going to be all done up and shit by the time that this live stream is gonna go on. That should be good. But I wasn't, so I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to do my makeup while I do commentary. And y'all just have to deal with it. And I think that should be fine. Alright. So, if y'all don't know, I did an interview with the legendary Matt Cullen in August. It was a couple days before my birthday, actually. And it got released finally yesterday. It was on the night of the full moon, the cold moon. So it's all very symbolic, it's all very spiritual for me, and I'm just very privileged and honored, all the above, to have the opportunity to share my story, because there are so many people out there that have similar stories, if not way more chaotic stories to share. And so for me to have the opportunity out of all the people in the world is a blessing and an honor. So thank you, first off, to Matt. I appreciate you very much for giving me that space and sharing your coverage and your brand with me in general. Shout out to Sloan for recommending me, and shout out to anybody that might resonate with what they're about to hear and find some type of similar, ways to relate, and maybe find something that helps you understand or get through this chaos of life a little bit better. But yeah, to no more what's that word? How do you say it? Hold on, I got this. Without further ado, let's just start the motherfucker. And so I'm gonna be I did have the microphone set up, but fuck that shit. Y'all can hear me. I got the Bluetooth right here for the video. And I'm just gonna be sitting right here, finishing my beat while I sit here and talk to y'all. I'm gonna be pausing it frequently, just to put in some commentary where I wanted to make some points. So here we go. moans and didn't look back. So
When did you switch, in the game from being a gay boy in the game to a trans girl in the game, and how did that change look for you?
being a gay boy was so much harder for me than it was as a trans person.
Oh my gosh, I'm like starstruck. Good to see you. You look so pretty. Thanks for having me. Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here.
I'm glad it's not giving you a headache because I felt like it was overly smoky.
No, I love this. Like, what is this? Like Palo Santo? What is this?
It's what is this called? It is
just like
it's called oversaturating my house with smoke so he doesn't smell my funky ass AC unit that I decided to mildew like minutes before. I don't know. White patchouli.
I like it. Thanks for having me.
Yes, bro. It's so nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Oh my gosh, cute. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I feel like I see this on all your videos, right? This.
Yeah, I just busted it back out because honestly, it's been retired for a little while. But yeah, it's an OG.
I think this is cute.
Where? The Tina Monroe set.
Exactly.
Matt Cullen.
First take with Tina Monroe. I think this is like a year in the making.
I think it is a year. That's the year, right?
Yeah. just so the audience knows, I've been following Tina Monroe for Tina Monroe for a while now, and that's kind of how I pick my people. Like, I find people on Instagram or TikTok that I find are really interesting, and I follow them and I screenshot them and save them in little folders. And she's been in the Virginia folder for a while, and I've been wanting to interview you because you've just seemed like you've lived such a fascinating life.
That's sweet of you. I think it's like kind of surreal that you're even here in my living room right now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But it feels already like we've connected so much already.
For sure, definitely authentic vibe.
You look cute. Wait, let me see the outfit because I know you always are giving different outfits. Wait, what did you decide today? Oh my gosh!
I was blessed because Russ sent me. I went to the store yesterday. I was trying to find a little fit for this day, but I couldn't find nothing. And then I came home and Russ had sent me something. So the shirt was in the mail. So I was like,
it's perfect. It is perfect. Oh my gosh, I love the heritage. I knew you were gonna give it a look because Tina always gives looks. Yes.
Not be modest.
Is it expensive to live around here?
It's not crazy, but I feel like it's expensive everywhere right now.
And this is a cute little like spot you have. I like it. It's perfect size for you too.
Tucked away up in the air, and it's crazy to have. It's 2 years I've been here, and it's because I'm on Section 8. Okay, and I put my time in to get on it, and so that's permanent. Clarify on that real quick is that I am on government assistance for my home. But at the same time, to those people that are always like, oh, get a job, tax dollars are paid. At the end of the day, I do want to say that I am self-employed and I pay just the amount of taxes that I need to pay, that you're going to need to pay. I just take advantage of the resources that are provided, that maybe you don't have the education or access to, but you do. You just don't have the desire or the will to go look for help in situations like that. And if you don't qualify, you don't qualify. That's not my problem. So just have to say that. And it's not permanent because nothing in life is permanent. So personally, I'm like actually trying to get myself into like a mobile home on the road kind of scenario, just in case, because we live in trying times and unpredictable times. So I'm just trying to be a few steps ahead. But in the meantime, bitch, I'm living on my Section 8. Okay. I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so it was definitely an experience, to say the least.
Jehovah's Witness, I've done, I think, maybe 2 episodes on that, but, I mean, I know enough to know that it's a very strict religion, right?
Yes, I had to say cult. Yeah, I'm not going to be in front about it. It's definitely a cult, but there's great things about it. I'm not going to, poop on the whole thing, and I'm glad I was raised as one, because it definitely, instilled moral value in me that I don't think I would have if I wasn't. And then social skills, because I had to knock on all those doors all my life. So, I was able to really approach anybody in life, which was very helpful with just existing.
How old were you when you realized that, your life, being a Jehovah's Witness was not the norm for kids your age?
I just had to be, 7, 8 years old. I guess when my dad was sick, and and I guess when he passed, I realized that things were not going to be
the same anymore as far as what they were. And that's when I guess things just definitely started going to a very darker area in life than it was, I guess, for me. To this day, she is the poster Jehovah's Witness. Like, she's to the T. I got baptized because if you get baptized, then you pretty much dedicate yourself to Jehovah publicly. And so if you choose to leave, you can't because you made that public declaration. So making that choice at 12, I wasn't pubescent yet. So this is an adult choice that I'm still held accountable to this day for. At 12, then 14 rolled around and puberty hit, and I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking gay. I prayed for like a solid year to just like praying for it to go away, and it wasn't working, so I finally just like wrote a letter to my mom and left it on the table before I went to school, and she read it, and she came and got me early for school and took me to elders to like put it back in my mouth and not say it anymore, or like leave. And so I chose to leave. I was like, I'm out of the closet. I'm not going back in. Like, it took me this much to get out, and I'm not going back. I already knew that this was the possibility of what's gonna happen, and y'all ain't shit. But I'm not going back.
Wow. So at 14 years old, you get kicked out of your house?
I wasn't necessarily kicked out, but I was not wanted or welcomed or enjoyed to be having at the house. I'm freshly gay out, you know, like I'm just trying to like find myself. And then I got this mom who used to be my best friend that just treats me like I'm a leper at this point. And so
I do want to take this moment to clarify a couple of things, that none of this was a mission to make Jehovah's Witnesses look bad. It was not my MO, my main order, or anything like that, nor was it to make my mom's parental character seem like she was ill-equipped, because it was really just me explaining my story, explaining my point of view, my perception of it all. My mom is a wonderful woman, and she did the very best that she could, and she still does. And with my learning experience in life, I've realized that anger that I might have towards my mom, that it was null and void, because our parents have parents and their parents have parents, and instead of holding this animosity and this anger towards your parent for what they lacked in or what they did to you, you can't do that and expect anything to change. You have to literally change it for your legacy and for your future legacy, and just for your generational fucking curse. You gotta wrinkle them out and be the change instead of being the victim. So with that being said, Mom, if you do watch this, I'm sorry if it hurt your feelings, and I'm sorry if it made you feel attacked. It was not my intention. I'm sorry I said your full name on this. I didn't even think about it until I saw it. I was like, oh God, like I felt bad about that, but it is what it is. What's done is done, and my heart is with you regardless, whether you see it from that point of view or not. And to Jehovah's Witnesses, all I'm just asking is maybe take the time to refresh all aspects of the requirements and all of the rules that we have, and maybe it's time for an update. Carry it on.
I'm just running away. That in itself put me in a scenario at a young age where I had a really traumatic moment happen for me. I guess I want to share that with you.
As long as you feel comfortable, of course.
Okay. No, so when I was 15, I had a friend in high school. I'm not going to name drop him, even though I told him I was going to name drop him.
Tony.
I was like 15, and he was 16. I was a freshman, he was a sophomore. My first gay friend, my first gay creature that I've ever seen in my life. We were extremely toxic for each other. Long story short, I was like, girl, well, how do you have money? We were in high school, you know, we can't have no job and girl sex, you know. So once he taught me that my body could make money, it was a wrap. So I was like, oh, well, this is my bank, like this is my backup plan at all times, you know. And
also, I am not acting like he corrupted me by any means. I was on the road to wherever I was going, regardless if it was him or any other homosexual that intercepted with me. So, again, I'm not trying to be the victim. I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm just explaining the story.
So that mentality kind of just stuck with me. I was ended up being locked up in juvie. I didn't want to be in juvie. I had my first trick. I ended up snitching on the trick. It escalated to a military court. He was a master sergeant in the Air Force. Short story long, he ended up taking his when it was found out that he was going to be guilty for soliciting a minor. It's something that I did feel guilty for a long period of my life until I got older and I saw things from a different eyes, you know, like me closer to his age and looking at people that were my age, and I'm like, okay, we already know what time it was. Like, you knew full well and you played with fire and you got burned, and that's unfortunately what happened. So, but as a teenager in 20s, I was a lot of drinking and just feel guilty and feeling like I killed him, you know. It felt like a Lifetime movie. Because here I am, like, I was just not, but a few months ago, knocking on doors, not out of the closet, you know, not like, not living this, polar 180. Like, now I'm in the military courts and for soliciting, and you know, like, just total opposite direction. And once she said he passed, I was just like, this is a movie, but it wasn't. I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that it's over, but I'm glad that I got to say something about it, because I don't talk about it like really at all. So
you still carry a little guilt, or not that you should, but do you?
Guilt is an optional emotion, and I definitely will take that to my grave. It's one of my life mantras, and it's just more so the
guilt is an optional emotion. I just want to give a shout out to my oldest sister for that, because she's the one that told that to my second oldest sister. And my second oldest sister, Colby, shout out to Colby, I love you still. I love you no matter what. Colby always used to say that to me, and it's just kind of like a saying that came from my older sister, and it just trickled down to me. And maybe she had no idea about that, but it definitely shaped a lot of my life, that guilt is an optional emotion. And that is literally how I've had to mentally compartmentalize a lot of the things that I've gone through, and in order for me to just be sane. And I'm from Virginia.
The empathy that I have for his family than anything. It's like, him, you know, you played a game, touche. So, but with his family, it's like they didn't really have any say in that. So I do feel for them for their loss, but I'm not guilty. I don't feel guilty anymore by any means, which is nice to be able to say, and less alcoholic behavior because of it.
It must have been such a different, like you were saying, it must have been such a different life from Jehovah's Witnesses, buttoned up, you know, life to, you know, the game.
Worldliness.
What was that like?
You had no other choice but to go that direction, because here I am. They don't want me. Jehovah's Witnesses don't want me. I was mad. I was like, so I was the best child you could really have ever had. I was very unjaded and just very loving. I still am, but I'm very guarded now, of course.
Do you resent your mom for that upbringing? And like,
when I say best child ever had, I'm telling you, I never said a curse word up until I was 14. Like, I was so goody two shoes, and a lot of that still is in me. Like, when I was homeless, I did not steal one thing from stores. I did not steal one thing from people, but I mean, obviously, but I didn't even steal anything from like big corporation stores. And this is 8 months. I never panhandled. I don't know, that has nothing to do with that. But like, just honesty was something that I've always I've based my core upon, because that's how I was raised. So when I went and did these things, it really legitimately was a whole different person, because it was not in my nature at all.
Because do you feel like she is the reason why your life took that turn?
No, and when my mom watches this, because I know you're gonna watch it, because I know you watch me, but I don't resent anything about you, and I don't have any anger towards you. I just want you to like and be loved the way that like you deserve to be loved, and I'm here whenever you're ready. So,
wow, that is beautiful. And you guys don't talk at all now, right?
No, it's you don't at all.
Does your mom live in town too?
Yeah, she's always lived in town. The last time I seen her, I was passing by through with my sister's house. I was just picking up something that she printed out, and she's just not the same, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but she's just she's anybody that whoever she is now, I don't recognize her.
Does she know that you're trans now and stuff?
Yeah, because I was there.
But I also want to say, I'm not saying that to be rude to you, Mom, or disrespectful. I'm just saying that I'm not even the same person. You probably don't even recognize me. Time has happened, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't make you any less, or me any less, or me any better, or you any better, or in this scenario. It just makes it what it is. It is what it is. Yeah.
She seen me. I feel like every time she saw me too, I was like I was like giving drag queen that day, and like I was so irritated with that. But you know what? She sees me online. I know she watches me. She'll accidentally like one of my shits on accident, and then I'll go back and look at it like, did I see that right? Tina, right? My mom's name's Tina, right? Tina. So
you named yourself after your mom?
Yeah, I did. Tina is my mom's name, and Monroe is my dad's name. So it's like homage to the lack of their presence in my life. So I'm kind of just giving them relevancy with that. Tina Monroe is definitely not gonna be here every day for the rest of my life. It's just more so like a therapeutic personality, like coping mechanism.
So Tina Monroe, that's not going to be your name forever?
No, actually, like my professional name is Remington Travis Ballinger Wright.
How old were you when you decided that you wanted to transition?
Honestly, I didn't really even. I was kind of like a closet trans in the beginning, because I would have the full makeup, hair on and everything, and then I would be like, I'm not trans, like it's just like that's not me. 2020 is when I started pumping the moans and didn't look back. So it's been 5 years. That's crazy.
Do you feel good?
I feel like me. So like I definitely feel good. Well, I'll always be Travis, but at the end of the day, like meek Travis who's angry, and that's just not me no more, and now it's just evolved.
When did you switch, in the game, from being a gay boy in the game to a trans girl in the game, and how did that change look for you?
Definitely different. It's just it was definitely a different game. So different type of demographic that you're dealing with, and a different kind of role that you're playing, and different types of respect that you get, or that you have to set to get, and
So, I wanted to say this. First of all, hi, Milkman. Sorry, I'm just not I can't really just do a whole conversation with you right now, because I'm in the midst of a Q&A of a commentary of the interview. But I appreciate your love and support. Kathy, hey girl. Russ, thank you for tapping. But I also want to say that there's a lot of mention in this video about the game, and it references a lot towards what you would suspect it to be, like lady of the night walking on the streets and doing such and such. But I want to make something clear to those that might watch this and that might be my peers today, that one, Matt had to word and pitch things a certain way to get numbers 1000%, and I'm not mad at him about it. And at the end of the day, the facts are the facts. Nothing on this is not true, but the definition of who I am and what I do is not solely get money, any like I'm out here looking for anybody to like exchange anything with. That's not my MO in life, but it's 1000% complete authentic transparency is that it does happen, because I believe that we're all in transactional relationships, no matter if it's with one person that you're married to or just in general, if you have a few people that you interact with. If you have any value for yourself, you will understand that there has to be an exchange of energy. Otherwise, you're just selling yourself short and you're literally just depleting your value. So, call it what you want. It's not obviously it's not everything that I am, and you have to start somewhere, and you have to have a beginning to reference to once you get yourself in a position that you can look back on and say, wow, look how far I've come, rather than somebody just being like, oh, this is you and you can't do this because you did that. So, shout out to T.S. Madison too, because you're a huge inspiration for that perception. No, Andy, I'm not. This is on YouTube. Thank you, Biggie.
Night and day. Like, being a gay boy was so much harder for me than it was as a trans person. As a trans woman, I just I embodied the mommy vibe. Like, that's what they wanted to call me. So at first I was like, oh, leave me alone. Like, mommy, I'm not your mom. Now I'm just like, yes, bitch, I'm Miss Mommy. So, give me what I need, bitch.
Yes.
And then I'm running with it, because at first I was like, I felt awkward, like, with the whole, not dom vibe, but just like bossy, like brat kind of like entitlement. But now it's just like, they want that shit, and it's like, why the hell wouldn't I, like, just milk that shit for what it's worth? So that's what I'm trying to do every single day, is just be the best boss bitch to these little fucking bum ass dudes out here.
Wait, that's actually interesting. I wasn't thinking your answer would be that, but it's actually really interesting. So the guys that hire you kind of want to be like, they want to be like more submissive to you.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely, and then even if they don't say that, I can keep that energy, and they'll eat it up. They're disrespectful. They're dogs. I ain't trying to be like that, but I am actually trying to be like that, because most majority of the men that are like trying to holler.
Because he said those that hire me, I'm not out here like on the corner of a street like, hey, what's up? It's not even like that. I expect something from anybody that I hook up with, regardless of who you are, whether you came from the internet, whether you came from natural meeting in person. You're going to give me something, because no matter what, I'm more valuable than what you're bringing me to the table. That's just what it is. That's what I know to be true. And that's how I can function in society without feeling any resentment or sold myself short. So maybe if that makes you feel some type of way, you should probably do some more of that for yourself.
Me are just like no manners, so I had to filter through that with that bossy energy. Otherwise, there would be a whole different story. I was telling my friend, I've been in the game for 20 plus years, and I've never been assaulted. So, and I'm trying to, like, I feel bad for that people that have been, but I haven't. And that was because I was always rude and snotty, and I always kept that energy. But they didn't give an opportunity for someone to take advantage of me.
I'm also surprised that there's enough clientele in this small town.
There's not. No, that's dry, and everybody's broke, and it's exhausting trying to play with these bums. So it's not my career by any means. I'm just always available to get a bag that is comfortable enough for me to get. If it's doable, I'm gonna get it. Like, if you got some money for me, I'll take it.
So you were saying that in town you're part of like the city council advisory or something? Will you talk about that?
Yes, I'm on Parks and Recreation for Hampton, and I'm on Senior Citizen Advisory Committee for Hampton, Virginia.
And that's really important to you, right? It's a big part of your life.
It definitely has been a learning experience. It's definitely been a new chapter of my life. Opened my eyes to knowing that like I can be more powerful than I gave myself credit for, and we can all be more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And I was just a homeless person applying to boards because I just wanted to fix a pothole in the beginning of it all, and then they put me on the board while I was homeless, and that's how I started off. It's been 2 years now.
I mean, I'm sure in this town it's important to have your voice because there's probably no other trans people on that.
Exactly. That's why it's like important to me now to like settle my commitment. Like, I'm not gonna be going anywhere. I'm staying in Virginia because I just gonna do my terms and get everything I can under my belt that they'll let me. While they'll let me in where I'm at, I'm gonna show up just because it's like it's a responsibility at this point. I've been here in my home for 2 years, but prior to that, I was on the street for 8 months. Sleeping on bus stops, like the real deal homeless, pushing my bags on the street. Very humiliating, very like eye-opening of what's important, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I needed all that. It was definitely appreciated. It's a big like level up for me going through that and getting out of it.
You know what? One of my favorite things about you is I feel like you take all these hurdles in your life and then you look at them as blessings. And it's really inspiring because I feel like, you know, all of us go through hardships, maybe not as hard as you've gone through, but we can play like the victim to them.
That was so nice of him to say to me, and I just really appreciate him saying that to me. And that's all I gotta say.
Be like, oh, like, why does this happen to me? Like, oh, I'm so mad this happened to me. And like the things that have happened to you have been pretty intense. And like the fact that you look back at them and you look at them like as blessings, like that's just so beautiful.
Thank you. You're such a sweetie. Thank you so much.
No, I mean every word. Like, it comes naturally because I really feel like, I don't know, your story. I was thinking of my audience, and I just think there's going to be so many people out there that maybe are going through one of the 10 things you've gone through in your life, and like they're going to watch your story and see what you're doing now and be inspired by your strength. You know, it's really, I thank you so much for sharing your story because it's vulnerable and it's scary.
Thank you for just letting me, because I've been needing to get it off my chest, and I don't really talk about it because it's I don't want to resonate in shit that doesn't serve me, and I don't recommend anybody to do that, especially if you're homeless. Like, if you're homeless, it's tell yourself, this is what I did. Look at it from a different point of view. So when I would get on the bus and the bus driver would be rude as hell to me, I would tell them, you know, I'm just doing research. You're not homeless. You're just doing research. You're just getting the knowledge that you need. So when you do get yourself in a better situation, you got all that street education that you can't get at any university. The street experience is a priceless thing to have, and if we just come together, you know, I'll do the heavy lifting, and then you get the logistics.
I don't think any of that made sense when I'm like, I'll do the heavy lifting and you do the... I was trying to say that, like, for those that are actually, like, have book smart and, like, go to college and get all those educational pieces of paper, like, you bring the data, you bring the logistics, and I'll do the heavy lifting with the street smarts and the shit that you don't get from universities, and let's just, like, combine them and make a beautiful thing happen. That's what I meant to say. Come on, bitch.
Sticks down for me, okay?
Thank you so much for today. It's been so nice. I love you. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Love you, Matt.
Amazing. Even better than I expected. But I knew it was going to be great, but it was so good.
Yeah, it was very, very natural.
Yes. Okay, let's stop this.
Bye.
It was so nice to sit down with Tina Monroe and to spend so much time with her because I had followed her for probably years at this point through Instagram and TikTok. She's always posting content. So if you're interested and want to follow along with her journey, make sure to follow her because it's a good follow. But I've been following her for so long and been so curious to learn more about her story because she didn't share too much of her story on her own socials. And it was just such an honor to sit down with her and to talk with her. I mean, she's lived through so much, and I just feel like she's in such a good place right now and really thriving, and it was so great to see. She's truly a warm person and always been so supportive of me and of Sloan too. She's always so supportive, commenting on all my things and on Facebook. She's just been such a nice person, and I just feel so grateful to have met her and that she's in my life now. She kind of reminds me of some other interviews I've done, maybe earlier on in my series, but it felt really like coming home to my series to talk with her, and
he
it
said
felt,
like
familiar territory in that way, and it was just
compliment.
It was a really special time. I'm actually, if I could show you right now, I would, but there's stuff everywhere because we are packing right now. We leave in like 4 hours for our trip. We'll be gone for a full month, which is just so crazy. I'm like, I don't think I've ever been gone from LA or from my home for a month, so this will be the first of that experience, but I'm really, really excited. Me and Sloan both are really excited to just be away. I'm really hoping to find some inspiration when I'm gone and just find some new things about myself. And I don't know, I think traveling is so good for the soul, so I'm really excited to go and to meet some people. I have some amazing interviews lined up, but I'm still always looking for new stories, especially in Thailand. I feel like Thailand, we're going to be there for like 2 weeks out of the month, and I'm so excited because I just feel like there's such a big community, of gay people and of trans people and of really just everyone in our community. I'm just excited to dive deep into that. So if you live there and think that you would make for a good episode, make sure to email me and try to figure something out. I think I'll be in Bangkok for most of the time. So if you're
Matt
in
Cullen,
that part of Thailand,
Cullen.
make sure to let me know. Yeah, I hope you're doing great, and I'm thinking of you and sending you my love. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will talk to you soon with another episode. Okay, bye.
Love him. Thank you guys so much for watching this with me and going over some things that I just want to clarify and put my 2 cents on. Russ, thank you for 11,000.2 taps. That was really awesome because you've been going the whole time. I appreciate you. Kindness, thank you so much for being here. I've seen your commentary, and Kathy and Milkman and hi Amy. Yeah, so if you're just coming in there or if you're watching this on the replay, then you already watched the interview. So thank you for watching, and I hope that if you're ever in a situation where you feel like at a loss, that maybe you can remind yourself that whatever turmoil that you are going through, it's not permanent and it's just research. That's a major thing that I can try to get across to people that are going through shitty things, is that it's just literally a course that you didn't remember signing up for to put you in a different bracket of bad bitches, okay? Or badasses, whatever you want to relate to. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna go finish getting myself together, and I wish nothing but the best for anybody out there that is giving their best. Mwah!